Hello and welcome back to AdaPulse, the Catalyst funded news channel. It's keeping you up to date with everything Cardano. And today we're sticking with Catalyst Fund 10 proposals as we discuss Decentralized Demeter.run, which is a federated front-end hosting, bringing a new revenue stream for SPOs. And this is another one by LatinStakePools. So yes, he has been busy. And as usual, I'm going to sum it up and dumb it down. But we're still going to go through the impact of this project, the milestones they'll be jumping through, which is part of Fund 10. And we're also going to break down their budget and how the money is allocated and things like that. So before we go on, do remember to click the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can get notified as soon as we release a video. Now, I am Josh from ATM Stakepool, your presenter for AdaPulse for today. Let's just get on with it then, shall we? So firstly, let's talk about TxPipe, which is an open source software company that develops infrastructure solutions for the Cardano ecosystem. So they're the ones responsible for Scrolls, Oura, which I've actually done a video on in the past, Pallas, Aiken, which has actually been covered a few times. I did a video on it, Blockexplained, interviewed them, which is all available on our channel, and Demeter.run. So a full suite of tools for building dApps with literally like less than 3 clicks from your like web browser. So this proposal is looking to create a federation of front-end hosting providers, like leveraging the infrastructure and capabilities of stake pool operators, so that's SPOs. So, because since even permissionless dApps are subject to censorship, if the front end, which is the user interface, that's like the bit you see, is hosted, which it generally is, on a centralized provider, impact. So, like in simple terms, TxPipe aims to create a hosting platform for developers to build and publish the like user interface known as UI, you may have seen it, and the user experience, which is shortened to UX. So you may have seen it UI/UX. And this is of decentralized applications or dApps on basically the Cardano blockchain. So currently, like most front ends are hosted on centralized server farms like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. And this kind of goes against the principles of decentralization, essentially. And TxPipe kind of wants to change that. Now, the project proposes a decentralized hosting platform where independent stake pools, SPOs from around the world, so anywhere, they will run instances of that platform. So a load balancing mechanism will distribute kind of user requests to these SPOs, so ensuring like the smooth functioning of the platform. And the platform will have a bookkeeping mechanism to handle all the charging and compensating everyone involved through an on-chain smart contract. And SPOs can offer sort of Cardano-specific services, as an additional revenue stream. So there's incentives to do so. I mean, the goal is to build a proof of concept with a minimum, basically, of 2 SPOs participating initially. I guess that's the minimum you need to test it out. And they will collaborate with the SPOs to gather all the operational data, including investment and operational costs. And they'll also collect feedback from dApp developers who use the platform and the end users to, evaluate the performance. The development will involve creating several crucial software components, such as Kubernetes operator for orchestration, a command line interface or CLI for the front end developers, a build system, and a DNS server to handle sort of custom subdomains for the hosted front ends. And all these components will be open source and made available on GitHub, so you can view it and even suggest changes and stuff like that. So once the development phase is complete, the project will provide Docker images for back-end components, CLI for developers, a documentation website, and obviously tutorial videos to help people, deploy these front ends. Now, a proof of concept will be evaluated based on metrics like the number of hosted front ends, user requests, throughput, uptime, request latency, and of course the error rate. So a comprehensive report will be sort of compiled and a roadmap for future improvements will be presented based obviously on the insights they gain during that proof of concept phase. Milestones. Since Fund 10, proposers of Project Catalyst need to provide a detailed explanation of the project's milestones and the main tasks or activities to complete them. So this proposal has an expected development life cycle of 8 months, and it has 10 distinctive milestones. So let's go through them now. So number 1, distributed Kubernetes operator. Develop a tool to handle front-end workloads, making it open source and tested in a two-party staging environment. Provide accessible code and tutorials. 2, distributed load balancer. Create a mechanism to efficiently distribute user requests across the system, ensuring global topology awareness. 3, distributed bookkeeping. Develop components to manage credits and monitor resource usage, ensuring fair accounting. 4, SPO onboarding. So bring on board at least 2 stake pool operators for the proof of concept phase, providing training and support. 5, front-end CI pipelines. So implement automated CI pipelines for front-end builds, streamlining the process and ensuring smooth delivery. 6, front-end developer tooling. Improve front-end developer tools, including API and CLI applications for streamlined builds and deployments. 7, dApp onboarding. Onboard at least 5 dApp developers for the proof of concept phase, offering training and support for front-end deployment. 8, stress and penetration testing. Conduct tests to evaluate system security, scalability, and robustness. 9, production release. Set up a distributed production environment, instruct dApps to deploy production front ends, and capture real-world usage data. 10, real-world data gathering and analysis. Gather real-world data, perform surveys with SPOs and dApp developers, and prepare a final report to gain insights for further development and community engagement. Value for money. So in Fund 10, the budget for projects is broken down, well, it's in ADA instead of dollars like it used to be. So, I mean, this change does align with the goal of developing a decentralized financial operating system. But, I mean, you've got to remember, it does present challenges for projects since obviously ADA's value can be volatile. Same as any crypto, really. Now, the team is requesting a total budget of 407,857 ADA, which is the equivalent of around, well, just over $125,000 at the moment. That's the thing is that can change. Now, the budget is broken down for different roles, and I'll quickly blitz through them as follows. So you've got a Rust developer working full time for 5 months. That's 160,714 ADA. So I mean, he's getting over $6,000 a month. So not bad. I don't know how much Rust developers cost, but it sounds like a lot of money. You got the front end developer working full time for 2 months, and they need 28,571 ADA. So that's a monthly salary of just over $4,000. So still not bad. You got a technical writer working full time for 2 months, so that requires 21,429 ADA. So he's getting a monthly salary, or they, I should say, is getting a monthly salary of over $3,000 there. Now, the project manager, they'll only work part-time for 8 months, needing 21,429 ADA. That's only a monthly salary of $822. So I presume the project manager isn't doing that much compared to everyone else. A site reliability engineer will work full-time for 3 months, and they'll be requiring 85,714 ADA. So they're getting a monthly salary of nearly $9,000. So that's a lot of money. Hosting grants for dApp developers aim to provide like 200 front ends for 6 months at a cost of 85,714 ADA, which is around sort of $26,000, making the cost of hosting one front end for 1 month around $21 or $22 a month, which actually sounds about right. Lastly, the staging environment for 6 months costs 4,286 ADA, which is around $1,300, something like that. The allocation of resources will result in open source code that benefits essentially the Cardano ecosystem. The grants will generate revenue for infrastructure providers and offer dApps free hosting for 6 months. Comprehensive reports will provide quite valuable insights to the ecosystem that will benefit various projects and contributing to Cardano's growth and advancement in general. So, I mean, that brings us to the end. To find out more about the team, you can go to the full article on the AdaPulse website, and of course, I'll leave a link to it below. I mean, on the article, there's also Q&A with the team, so that's worth checking out just on its own. So anyway, while you're here, don't forget to click the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button so you get notified as soon as we got a video. And do share far and wide, because we need to give these projects as much exposure as possible. So, but anyway, with that, I am Josh from ATM Stakepool, your presenter for AdaPulse for today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.